is that time again. Welcome to a brand new Top 20 for 2020 video, which was created by Horrific Nightmares JM and the Horror Man. Basically, every 15th of the month and the end of the month, they come up with a certain theme where you have to list 20 of your favorite horror films. At the end of February, the theme that got picked was 2010 horror, which is basically horror films from the year 2010 to 2019. Pretty easy. So you basically pick 20 from those years. And to be honest, I had no problem doing this at all because I actually had a ton more that I couldn't fit in this list. Of course, no honorable mentions. But I picked my 20. So that's what I'm going to do for this video, is show you guys my favorites from 2010 to 2019, starting with number 20, and that is VHS 2. I love this anthology film. It has a wraparound story with 4 little shorts. You got a ghost one, you got a zombie one, you got a cult, and then aliens. Really awesome. I like this one a lot better than the first movie and the third movie. I wish they'd make another one because I like anthology stuff. So VHS 2 is definitely one of my favorites. So yeah, that comes in at number 20. Coming in at number 19 is The Evil Dead remake. A lot of people give this movie shit. I don't know why. Maybe because Bruce Campbell isn't in it. He basically makes a cameo. This movie's awesome. Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi had their hands in this. Practical blood effects. You know, you can't really say the same thing for some of these horror movies that are made today with CGI blood. This is done old school, okay? I love this film. Coming in at number 18 is Us. Dun, 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 dun. I got 5 on it. Anyway, yeah. Another great achievement by Jordan Peele. Kind of an eerie film, even from the beginning when, the little girl is looking out on the beach. She's looking out towards the water, and there's like lightning and a storm coming, and then she walks into the Hall of Mirrors. That whole scene alone there's like no dialogue, but it's perfect. It's great. I do think it was a little bit big for its own good, like maybe a little bit too big, but the idea was there, and I think they executed it fine. So yeah. Not as good as Get Out in my opinion, but I know a lot of people say you shouldn't compare. There are 2 different films. Coming in at number 17 is Crawl, a movie that surprised me. I went to the theaters to see this. Very good alligator film where they, these people are trapped in a basement of the house during a hurricane, and these alligators are all over the place killing people. Really awesome, great visuals, a lot of fun. Coming in at number 16 is You're Next. Home invasion film, definitely one of my favorites. I'd have to say The Strangers is probably my favorite, but this one is badass. Kind of throwback to the 80s a little bit with the music. I do like how the main girl turns into like this badass during the last hour of the film. I really enjoyed that. And the kills are really cool. The characters are cool. So, yeah. You're Next. Coming in at number 15 is The Possession. This is one that not really many people talk about. It's got Kara Sedgwick in it, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. And about this girl who gets this box. She opens the box and she becomes possessed. Weird things start to happen. Very creepy in some parts, but a very good one. It's based on a true story, and really good. I definitely recommend The Possession. Coming in at number 14 is Overlord, and kind of like a war film mixed with horror. You know, a lot of people call these zombies. They're not really zombies. They're more like mutants. But they do have the characteristics of zombies. They just kind of I want to say, kind of mutate into these creatures by the sludge. And yeah, pretty awesome. I like the music. It's very entertaining, very fast-paced. Coming in at number 13 is The Witch. This movie creeped the hell out of me. It was so realistic, and it's kind of a slow burn film, but it's definitely worth it. Definitely. Very unsettling. I like the atmosphere. I like how the witch runs around naked. Like, she has like no clothes on, and she steals babies, and it's very, very cool. Very well acted. Coming in at number 12, Bone Tomahawk. This is a movie that I don't think many people have seen, and it's a shame. You got an excellent cast. You have Richard Jenkins. You have Matthew Fox, Patrick Wilson, Kurt Russell. Let's see, who else is in this? Sid Haig, who has a small part in the beginning, and David Arquette. Where the hell has David Arquette been? But this is kind of like a Western horror movie mixed with cannibals. Very awesome. S. Craig Zahler did this, who did Brawl in Cell Block 99, which was also a fantastic film. But this is really, really cool. This kind of surprised me. So, definitely worth it. Coming in at number 11 is The Shallows with Blake Lively. Another movie that surprised me. I didn't think this was going to be any good judging from the trailers. I thought this was just going to be a mediocre shark film, which to some people it might be, but the shark looks damn good in this movie. Better than some of these other shark films. Like 47 Meters Down, Uncaged. I'm sorry. The shark looks way better in this movie than it did in that. But Blake Lively is nice to look at too. But it's a really good survival film. Coming in at number 10, so now we're on to my top 10. Number 10 is The Collection. This movie is badass. Right in the beginning scene is kind of a throwback to Ghost Ship. Remember in Ghost Ship when they're all on the deck dancing, and this razor wire comes along and cuts everyone in half? That's what they do in this movie, except it's a rotating spike that starts killing these people. The Collector, he is really, really awesome. Kind of a different villain. You don't really know too much about him, other than the fact that he knows how to fight, and he knows how to set traps, and he collects people and puts them in these boxes. I love the first movie, but this was a damn good sequel. Alright, coming in at number 9 is 10 Cloverfield Lane. This movie has an amazing performance by John Goodman. Probably my favorite performance by him. And Mary Elizabeth Winstead did a good job too. And this is in the same universe as Cloverfield, but it's not like a sequel or prequel or anything like that. It just kind of falls in the same kind of thing. But yeah, it's Mary Elizabeth Winstead is a car wreck. She gets taken underground by John Goodman because he says there's an outbreak going on, there's aliens attacking, and you need to stay in this bunker. And it kind of becomes psychological at that point, because you're like, is he telling the truth? Is he nuts? Or is there really an outbreak going on? So through the whole movie, you're sitting there trying to figure out, like, is he telling the truth or not? So really, really awesome. John Goodman, he should have won something for this. I don't know if he did or not, but that was number 9. Number 8. Now this would be higher on my list if it wasn't for the ones, above it. Halloween, 2018. I did like this film. I thought maybe it was a little bit overhyped. I still prefer Halloween 2 as the sequel to Halloween, but they tried and they went in a different direction with this. Laurie Strode not being the sister kind of thing. So I like that idea. I just prefer the brother and sister storyline. I think there's more dynamic, like character dynamics going on there. But yeah, it is what it is, and I still think they should have had a different title. Why not call it Halloween 2? We already have all these movies called Halloween now. You know, if Halloween 2 doesn't exist, just call this Halloween 2 or Halloween Returns or something different. All right, so number 7 is Frozen. Probably my favorite Adam Green film about survival. People get stuck on the ski lift and they have to survive the elements. They have to survive the wolves and try to get down off this ski lift. And it becomes a chore. This has Shawn Ashmore in it, and I love the guy. He's in, you know, the Mother's Day remake. He was Iceman in X-Men films. He was in The Ruins. He's awesome. I wish he would do more stuff. I just really like him as an actor. So, Frozen. Alright, coming in at number 6 is A Quiet Place. I definitely enjoyed this one. Definitely different. Again, you have a comedian, John Krasinski, taking a directorial position to do a horror film, much like Jordan Peele did. And I swear, some of these comedians are very talented. This was a very, very intriguing film, very intense, on the edge of your seat. And him and Emily Blunt did a great job. And the second movie looks good. I just wonder how they're going to explain certain things. There's got to be flashbacks with John Krasinski, but definitely good. Alright, now we're on to my top 5. I freaking love this movie. Next to Blair Witch Project, this is definitely one of my favorite found footage, and it is As Above, So Below. This movie is fucking amazing. I am not even just exaggerating. This movie is creepy, and they actually filmed in the catacombs of Paris. There's videos on YouTube where people, they go down in this little hole underneath this bridge, and it's a secret way into the catacombs. That's real. People have done it on YouTube. Watch these people go in there. That's where they film this. A lot of it. And of course there were sets that were built, but most of it was there. I forgot what his name was. I think it was Ben Feldman, who actually got sick, or he actually was really, really afraid. In some points of filming down there. Really, really creepy film. It kind of reminds me of a mix between like Tomb Raider, Indiana Jones, and then maybe Blair Witch in some ways. Really, really cool. I definitely recommend this movie if you haven't seen it. Coming in at number 4, it's probably no question, Get Out. You know, a lot of people may say this movie's overhyped. I just think it's a really well done film. That's all. I mean, I wasn't like really hyping this movie up. I just think it was very well done. It has a lot of the, you know, I want to say like social politics that are going on nowadays. They kind of reference that in this movie a little bit, but I think all the performances were just really, really solid. And yeah, like, it's from, you know, Blumhouse, producer of The Visit, Insidious, and The Gift. It really kind of, I don't know, it makes you feel like you can't get out. I mean, it's a great title, but Jordan Peele definitely surprised everybody. Coming in at number 3 is Train to Busan. This movie, I've talked about this before, this is an excellent zombie film. On the edge of your seat, you got guys in the trains getting seat cushions, taping up their wrists and arms, going up to zombies and just being like, bam, like, bam, bam, like, oh my god, it's badass. Picking zombies up, throwing them. Here's a zombie car, here's a passenger car. Here's the guys trying to get to the passengers to get them, but they got to go through the zombie car to get to this car. I mean, it makes you think, in a way, strategy-wise, but honestly, everyone's performance in this was really, really good. So, I hear they're making another one. I can't wait. The little girl here kind of made me tear up. You have to read the subtitles. It's a subtitled film. But what she did in this, when she like would get really emotional, I really felt for her, man. Like, I started to tear up. So, very, very good zombie film. One of the best I've ever seen. Coming in at number 2 is The Conjuring. This movie scared the shit out of me when I first saw it. I still think it holds up. today, but it's got Patrick Wilson, Vera Farmiga, and Lily Taylor. I'm a big fan of Lily Taylor. I liked her in The Haunting. I liked her in Ransom. She's very, very good in this movie. Just the creepy aspect of this, the atmosphere, based on the true case files of the Warrens. You know, they investigate this haunting that's going on in this house, and they just do it so well. Yeah, this movie, I like The Conjuring 2, and I know I guess they're going to make another one. I don't think James Wan is going to direct it. I think he's going to produce it, actually. But this is definitely one of my favorite films from James Wan. All right, number 1. Let's see if you guys can guess it. This is a brand new film that just came out. And I'm sorry, this holds the candle right now. This gets the trophy for me, for my favorite horror film between 2010 and 2019, and that is Dr. Sleep. Dr. Sleep blew me away. This would have been my favorite film of 2019 if Joker had not come out and been as good. This movie blew me away. I'm a number 1 fan of The Shining. I love Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. But I honestly was so afraid to go into this movie because I'm like, I hope they don't ruin, you know, what The Shining was all about. But they didn't. They got people to play, they got actors and actresses to play the people from Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, like Jack Nicholson and Shelley Duvall. They got people that look just like them to play the parts. There's a scene in this, that something happens to this kid. I had to look away because I have kids myself, but it went on forever, and it's a very brutal scene. I'm just warning you. But there's some creepy images with like Room 237, with the lady in the bathtub, and the Overlook Hotel, how they built the sets from the original blueprints of Stanley Kubrick's vision. Mike Flanagan actually got the blueprints, and he knew how to build those sets. I mean, we're talking down to the actual fibers of the rugs that are laid on the floor. We're talking about the actual wallpaper, what the walls actually look like. I mean, it is amazing the amount of detail that went into this movie. Not to mention, Ewan McGregor's performance was top notch. It blew me away because he plays Danny Torrance, and he's still getting over what happened to him at the Overlook. But there's like Rebecca Ferguson, who I think is hotter than hell. Like, she's one of my crushes. I'll always admit that. She's Rebecca Ferguson. Yeah. She's with this cult of people who steal the Shining out of people who have the Shining. They basically suck it out of them, and that makes them have more energy and more power to do things, which is a really cool idea. But everyone's performance in this was top-notch. This movie has the same visual atmosphere as the Stanley Kubrick Shining, from them driving up to the Overlook Hotel. The music, the slow panning shots, smooth editing. It is all there. It's all creepy in that way. It just reminds me of, you could actually pop in Stanley Kubrick's The Shining and then pop this in right after. It is a worthwhile sequel. And they even have tidbits and Easter eggs in here that go back to the Stephen King version, which is the TV version. With the boiler room and certain things that happen in that TV version. Some say even the book. Okay, there's a lot of stuff from the Stephen King's The Shining book that they do add in this. It's almost a mix. It almost seems like it's like 85-90% Stanley Kubrick, and then, you know, maybe 10% or maybe even 15% of Stephen King, you know, adaptation from the book. But that's cool. There's a nice mix. I like the mix. But very, very good film. This gets the trophy for me. This gets the number 1 spot of my favorite. Number 1 for 2010 horror. So, there you go. Like, this is just my, you know, personal list. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I just want to thank Horrific Nightmares JM and the Horror Man for creating this. I had a lot of fun doing it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I can't wait for the next reveal. See you next time.